Mr. McDonough, please share the summary of your novel with the audience.
In this book, a fifth grader named Jess Aarons lives at his parents' farm. During the summer, a girl named Leslie Burke moves in by Jess. When school rolls around, the two become friends. After school one day, the two fifth graders find a land beyond a river. Leslie calls this place Terabithia. After school every day, the two pretend they are monarchs. One day, Jess comes home to find out that Leslie has died. Essentially, that's what the book's about.
Thank you. Mr. McDonough, you may deliver your position statement.
This book was just downright inappropriate for school. There is an extensive list of vulgarity, not to mention the repetition of Lord in an unreligious way. It also promoted the drinking of coffee in 5th grade. Many people were upset with this book because of the promotion of witchcraft, violence, and offensive language. However, there's one scene in particular that really ticked me off. In this scene, a character named May Bell stated that all people who don't believe in the Bible go to H-E double hockey stick. That's the opposite of heaven. I assure you, at least one of the people in this very building is not Christian. How would you feel if you read a book that said you would go to H-E double hockey stick just for a different belief? Well, I certainly would have a problem with it.
Thank you, Mr. McDonough. Thank you. Okay. Mr. Masari, you may now deliver your position statement.
Mr. McDonough says that this book should be banned for witchcraft. I didn't even see how this was banned for witchcraft. I didn't even see how they even said that. And for swears, there weren't many swears in this book. And at our age, I think you should be able to handle it. But if you're little, I don't think you should read this. It won an award. I don't know why it should have been banned. There weren't a lot of bad reasons.
Thank you, Mr. Masari. Your time is up.
Mr. McDonough, you have 1 minute for your rebuttal.
Are you sure that we can't handle it? I mean, most kids would go, oh, that's a funny word, I'm going to repeat it. But for some reason at this age, I feel like we're less mature than we're supposed to be. Anyways, as I was saying, people is here. But some people might be offended by this imagination thing. Well, I mean, there was some witchcraft, but some people might be really offended by that. Also, this information that you're putting into people is permanent. Permanent. It's not going to get out of their brains. And one day.
Thank you, Mr. McDonough. Your time is up. Mr. Masari, you have 1 minute for your rebuttal.
First of all, I need to ask you, where did you see witchcraft in this book? I don't think it was so offensive, really. I don't see what you could say was offensive about this book. And who would be offended by imagination? I really don't see why they would be offended by that. It's just two fifth graders creating an imaginary world. I don't see what's so wrong with that.
Thank you, Mr. McDonough and Mr. Messeri. Your time is up.
Mr. Massari, you have an optional 30 seconds to conclude your thoughts.
Mr. McDonough, I really don't think this book should have been banned. It's not a terrible book, and the swears are at a minimal. There's not a lot. The witchcraft, if there is any, there's not a ton. It's a very nice book. It won an award, and I don't think it should have been banned.
Thank you, Mr. Messeri. Your time is up.
Mr. McDonough, you have an optional 30 seconds to conclude your thoughts.
Well, ever wonder why they went into the forest with the pines? That was witchcraft. Also, it doesn't matter how many swears you use, it matters that you use them. They are going to be heard. Those little swears, well, they're going to be heard to a lot of people. Especially that, as you said, it won an award. More people are going to read it.
Thank you, Mr. McDonough and Mr. Messeri. Your time is up.
Thank you for participating.